Well, good afternoon to you all. Good afternoon. What a lovely, lovely day. I've had an absolutely lovely day, and I won't go into details because beyond saying I've had a lovely day, there was other people involved, and they might not want us to talk about what it is we got up to. But the lockdown here in this part of France is slightly eased. Slightly, but not completely. So, yeah, I was invited to lunch with friends, and yeah, it's been a wonderful day. And I've literally just got back to the garden, and I've got a very important job to do. I'm sort of pointing the camera and hoping that you're getting this because the sun is very, very bright. And I can't see what's on the screen. I think this answers. Oh, that one doesn't look too good. The rotten bit will cut out, that's okay. That's one for tomorrow, I think. It's like hunting without the risk that what you're hunting might turn round and kill you, I guess, isn't it? Got to do some serious weeding out here as well. But there we are. That's a nice little snack for this evening, isn't it? Oh, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. 17th of May 2020, and we're still alive. We're still here. We're still in La Belle France. It's a Sunday today. Sundays are strange these days. Sundays used to be get up, have a shave, put a clean shirt on, go off to church and listen to a priest, follow the liturgy, see the host elevated, and all of that sort of stuff. That's what Sunday mornings used to be about. But at the moment, we've got a little issue with the lockdown. The lockdown here is beginning to be eased a little bit, which has meant that we can legally do a little bit more. We can visit a certain number of friends, close friends. We can do those sorts of things. And today I got sort of kidnapped because I went to see a friend. I've spoken many times about a vulnerable lady that one way and another I give a very limited degree of assistance to, and she gives me much more assistance. It's a wonderful sort of thing. Today she sort of hijacked me a little bit. Did I want to go to a church service? It's generally speaking not supposed to happen at the moment, not until the 1st of June. But there are certain circumstances in which services can be held And so she wanted to go, we went, and we were treated to a very, very lovely service. After which, oh, incidentally, we did not shake hands, we did not kiss each other on the cheek, we didn't do any of those things, and we were separated, and some people were wearing masks and so on and so forth. And the total number of people there was within the legal limit. How about that? After that, we were invited to a lunch with this lady's son, daughter-in-law and grandson. And as we'd been in church together, it would have been awkward to refuse, so we went. Now, these folk are, I don't know how to put this really, they are incredibly charitable people. Compared to many, they've got nothing. They are not rich people. Not in the normal financial sense that most people seem to think about. They invited me, I accepted the invitation, we went to lunch. They had done their homework and they said, "You don't like eating rabbit, do you?" Now, the rights and wrongs, the whys and wherefores, let's not go into. I don't like eating rabbit, okay? I get this mental block with it. It doesn't sort of chime with me. And I know many of you will say, "Oh, what's the matter with you? Rabbit's lovely. Les lapins." I take your word for it. I'm willing to accept that some of you love it. I just have this mental block. So they said there is no rabbit in today's dinner. The grandson, who's got an interesting sense of humour, he, every time he talks to me, he tries to use the English that he does know, and he tries to ask me to help him with his English. So he said, "It's not rabbit, but it's that animal like a rabbit." An English-French dictionary was produced, and what we had for lunch was hare. It was gorgeous, it was delicious, not rabbit. So lunch was wonderful, and then after lunch we sat and we chatted, and this lad, he's got some sort of bizarre idea that I know about guns. Yeah, there was a time, and he wondered if I would like to see, and he got in trouble with his English, his carbine, his carabiner, his carabiniere, his carbine. He has got one of the sweetest, loveliest 2.2 long rifle semi-automatics with telescopic sights. Anyway, we went down their garden. Their garden is, compared to mine, it's enormous. And he set up some targets, and he wanted me to shoot. Well, I thought, I haven't fired a rifle for so many years. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit anything, and like most of us, I've got way too much pride and self-esteem. I haven't managed to get rid of all of that yet. I'm working on it. So I didn't want to embarrass myself. So I said, no, you shoot first. Anyway, he fired 5 shots and he killed some empty bean tins, and we set the bean tins back up, and now, of course, he insisted that I had a go. So I said to him, look, I haven't fired a rifle for 30 years. Well, I fired 5 shots and I hit 3 bean tins. He was mildly impressed with that. Then he fired 5 shots and he hit 5 bean tins, and then he not quite run out of ammunition. He'd got some more in the house, but what he'd got with him wasn't that much. So I dropped on one knee and I thought, I'm going to show this lad that the old boy can still do it. I took very careful aim and I killed a bean tin with my first and only shot, and I thought, that's it, I've pushed my luck far enough. Anyway, he said, what do I do with the rest of the ammunition? I said, answers on a postcard to that one. I know what some of you do with the ammunition that's left over. He did that. Anyway, this was fun, the sun was shining, it was lovely, and then he sort of held the rifle like that and he said, that hare we had for dinner, that's how we got it. And I thought, well, that was lovely. That was all good stuff. Sometimes I like to tell people who the saint of the day is. Today is the day that this region of France celebrates, and I'm going to say it in English, Sainte Solange, or Sainte Solange. Delightful young girl, apparently, so the legend tells us. We're told she was pretty, we're told she was a shepherdess. We are told that the son of the Duke of Poitiers took a shine to her in a way that she didn't feel was appropriate, and she rebuffed his advances. In some ways that's a good thing to do, in some ways it isn't, because this chap took her head off with a sword. Now most stories end there, but Sainte Solange was somewhat better at resisting pain and death and things like that than most of us, so she bent down and she picked up her head and she walked into a church where she died. The church and the town that the church was in was renamed as Sainte Solange, and today in the cathedral in Bourges our bishop held a service and venerated Sainte Solange. So there we are. That's Sunday the 17th of October. Tomorrow is the 18th. Going to be a busy day tomorrow, but it will be a good one, God willing.